So the newsletter talked about Jess, and I keep calling him he when sometimes I mean me. He's the protagonist. He is the last surviving Sundancer. That's the name, the Last Sundancer. He's the one the entire story is built around. But he has a trait that I don't love talking about because I recognize it immediately in myself. And Jess is impatient. He's impatient with time. He's impatient with people. He's impatient with situations that aren't moving fast enough. Sometimes it reads as drive, as confidence, as someone who just knows he can do it and wants to do it, wants it to go. But from inside, from the other side of the eyes, and this is what keeps me up at night sometimes, it's something completely different than bravery or confidence. The impatient isn't urgency, it's preemptive surrender. Jess knows he's going to fail. Jess does not trust his strengths, his power to complete the task he's been handed. And he knows he's going to be exposed to everybody as the failure that he inside knows that he is. And so he rushes, always rushing. He's impatient. He doesn't wait for his moments. He acts impulsively, and he pushes forward towards basically a battle he knows he can't win. Not because he wants to lose, but he thinks it's going to happen anyway, and he wants to control the timing. He just sort of wants to get it over with. And that's not confidence. That's someone who's very terrified of being seen and trying to move so fast that nobody gets a good look. And that's the thing I probably didn't want to say or write about myself. For me, I call these moments WTF moments. It's a moment when I know I'm going to fail. I know everyone's going to see it, and I just get tired of the wait. I just want to get it over with, get rid of the embarrassment, the failure, and everything else so I can move past it. So I just do it. I just WTF, and I do it, whatever it is. My first book was published at 2 a.m. Not because it was ready, not because the timing was right, because it was a WTF moment. And I just stopped waiting for permission to fail and decided to get it over with. I can't say that book was a failure. That version of it was, for sure, because at 2 a.m. I published the wrong manuscript. I published one that wasn't fully edited instead of the edited one that I had right next to it. And at that moment, it felt like surrender. So in the story, Jess isn't quite at that 2 a.m. moment yet. He's in the part before he knows what's going to happen, and he's rushing toward that failure. He doesn't know exactly what's coming, but he's still moving so fast that he just wants to control the timing. And what he hadn't figured out yet, and what I hadn't figured out at 2 a.m., is that sometimes the things that feel like surrender is actually the bravest thing you've done. And you'll have to read the book to find out about Jess's 2 a.m. WTF moment. But it's there. It's an interesting arc that Jess is on. So the newsletter, kind of left me awake and thinking about that. Again, it's not because he's complicated or morally gray or whatever the politically correct terms are for it. It's because I wrote about a character who is still waiting to find out if his WTF moment destroys him or saves him. And as I say this now, I am not 100% sure if I know what that answer is. But we'll find out together as the story continues.